Alright, I saw 5 movies this weekend. The first was The Finest Hours, the Disney Coast Guard movie. I actually really enjoyed the movie. I know I've seen some people had some issues with the special effects. I didn't really notice it. Um, don't know. Guess I. Blah, blah. Anyways, it's a really good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Most people I saw at the theater enjoyed it. So I say it's a good movie. Kung Fu Panda 3, also saw that. That's a real good kids movie. Kind of predictable where it's going to go. I did appreciate that when it got to the Village of Pandas, it was not one long fat joke. It actually had a little bit of subtlety, which is really good. Like I said, this is a really good kids movie. If you take your kids to it, they'll thoroughly enjoy it, and you will not be bored at the theater if you go with them. Third movie I saw was the worst movie I've seen probably this year, and that was 50 Shades of Black. And I'll admit there were some points in that movie where I did laugh and chuckle, but immediately after I laughed or chuckled, it immediately brought you down with just some stupid crap that they were doing. Most of the characters were completely unlikable. It was about half of the jokes were just gross out gags. They weren't actual jokes. They were just designed to gross you out. I don't know how that's funny. And almost every character in there is an offensive stereotype. To black people, to white people, to everybody. I don't understand how he thought that was going to be a good thing. Like I said, there are some decent jokes in there. If you cut out all the bad bits, you'd have about a 10-minute movie that would be really, really funny. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie is there. Next movie I saw was actually a pretty fun one. It's a B movie called Lazer Team. It's put out by Rooster Teeth, the people who did Red vs. Blue. Pretty funny movie, especially if you're an ex-military person like I am. There's a lot of jokes in there that you'll only get, or a little funnier if you've actually been in the military. Once again, this is a B movie. As I said, it's a trope-tastic movie. It's definitely a B movie, but if you take it for what it is, it's a very fun movie, and I think most people would get some enjoyment out of it. The last movie is Jane Got a Gun. Very well directed, very well acted. Unfortunately, the pacing is really, really off on this movie. The first half of the movie, I was almost snoring. It was that boring, and then it picked up in the second half and actually became a really good movie in the second half. Unfortunately, you got to slog through the first half where it doesn't seem to know where it wants to go. But like I said, once you get to the second half, once you get to the standoff, if you've seen the old Jane Fonda movie, Jane Got a Gun, I think that's still a superior movie. But this is not that bad of a movie. If you like Westerns, you probably would get some enjoyment out of it, but I would say rent it or matinee at the most. Next week, looks like I got 4 movies. The Choice, Hail Caesar, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, and I'm going to try to see the limited release Regression. Once again, this is Darren from IAin'tAHick.com, or I Ain't a Hick Movie Reviews. Whatever. And come back next week. Like, subscribe, leave me a note, tell me how horrible I am, and see you next week.